What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Spiritual, okay? And I'm just gonna get straight to the point in this video. Straight to the point. Do you really think that your existence is like you're an accident? Like, in terms of, like, let's say this. Do you really think that you can't accomplish certain things in your life? Do you really think you can't do that? Because I want to talk about how lucky you are to be a living and breathing human. So many things could have went wrong, but you are breathing. You are fucking conscious, and you are living. Isn't that crazy? Like, the chances of that sperm cell touching that egg, fucking sperm cell not dying, fucking abortion, miscarriage. The chances of you being alive are crazy. It's almost as if it's like God, right? And that's what I think it is. That's what I believe it is, at least. God. I honestly think that your existence is God. So what I'm saying is, if your existence is because of God, your cells are built in God's image, in a way. That makes sense. So you have God energy within you, right? You have God energy within you. You have unbearable amounts of energy within you. You have God bearing energy within you. And as a collective consciousness, it becomes God. Every human, every person, the whole universe, as a collective consciousness, becomes the God. So if you have the bits of God's energy within you, of the God energy within you, do you honestly think that there's something on this planet that you cannot accomplish? So we know God as a person, or not a person, something you can't see, something that's intangible, right? So it's something that can manipulate. God is something that can manipulate reality, right? With a click, Now, of course, we have God within us. So what that means is, I'm just trying to break this shit down. So if we have God within us, that means we can accomplish the same things. We can accomplish anything that we want. If God can do it, we can do it. It's basically what I'm saying, in a way. Because if God's energy is within us, we can do anything that we set our mind to. So I say that to say this. If you truly want something, everything that you want, you have to work for. That is the whole point. That is the difference between God and a human with God's energy within them. We can manipulate our reality, such like God, but we're human as well. So it's not the same thing. Because we also have ego. God does not have ego. God is not physical. So God is a lot more powerful. Because God is the collective consciousness, not just one consciousness. It's a collective consciousness. So God is a collective consciousness, not just one consciousness. And as a human, you're just one consciousness. But we know that God has such high energy to be able to manipulate this whole fucking universe. This whole universe is God, right? Every fucking planet, every single energy, every cell is God. So if we see God as a strong power, right? A strong power, right? And I'm gonna get to the point of this video. But I'm just trying to give y'all niggas the scale. So if we see God as such a fucking strong power that we cannot even fucking imagine, right? And we have, let's say you have fucking 15 fucking gazillion dollars, right? And God is stronger than that, right? 15 gazillion dollars. And you have a fraction of 15 gazillion dollars. You're still rich. Think about that for a second. If you have 15 gazillion dollars, or whatever the fuck the highest number is, 15 gazillion dollars. Fuck, hold on, I'll just do this. Fucking 10 times 10 to the power of fucking a trillion. 10 times 10 to the power of a trillion. That's, I don't know what the fuck that is, but let's say that God is way stronger than that as an entity. God is way stronger than that. But what I'm saying is, so if you did 10 times 10 to the power of a trillion, let's say that's God's power in the universe. If you got a fraction of 10 times 10 to the power of a trillion, you would, like, in terms of the money aspect, you would still be rich. Or 10 times a thousand to the power of a trillion, you would still be rich as fuck. So I say that to say this: you may not be God, but what I'm saying is, the energy that God has bestowed upon you is within you. Because you would not be alive if there wasn't, if God was not there. Like, your existence would not be a thing if God wasn't there. Because in order for you to exist, you have to have a consciousness. Because you have to be conscious of your being, right? You have to be conscious of your being. So the only way to be conscious of your being is to have a piece of the collective consciousness, which is life. The piece of the collective consciousness. So I just wanted to explain that before I get into it. So if you have a fraction, and every person has this fraction of the God, every person has this fraction, because every fraction is a part of the collective consciousness. Every fraction is equal in terms of the fractions are equal. Maybe genetics are not equal. Genetics has nothing to do with consciousness. Has nothing to do with the God consciousness. Every person has an equal amount of consciousness. Every person has an equal amount of consciousness in terms of God bearing consciousness. Maybe not genetically, but God bearing consciousness, everyone is equal. So if somebody, LeBron, let's say LeBron, Michael Jordan, they have the same amount of God-like consciousness as me. So in terms of a conscious level, we are the same being. Makes sense? Okay. The only difference is the body. The only difference is the body. I say it all that to say this. I went on that little rant to say this. Not rant, but fucking, let me drink my water real quick. I went on a little... I said all that to say this. Like I said, if you have a fraction of that God energy within you, and every person has that fraction, and every person is able to manipulate the reality just like any other person was able to manipulate their reality. And there's nothing that can stop you. If everyone has the equal amount of consciousness, and everyone is able to equally manipulate the reality to their liking through hard work and dedication and discipline and things of that nature, you can do it too. If someone is able to do it, you can do it. Even if somebody's not able to do it, you can extend. We don't know how strong this fraction of God, the God consciousness is. We don't know how strong it is, because I don't think there's a limit. That's how strong I think the God is. If the fraction of the God-like consciousness is unlimited, we don't know the ends and the ends of this godlike consciousness. We don't know what is the end of it. No one knows. No one knows if this shit even ends. So if the fraction of the godlike consciousness is infinite, that means that you can do anything that you want to do. You can do absolutely anything that you want to do in your fucking lifetime. And you can manipulate your reality to your liking of any situation. So what the fuck is stopping you? You can do anything that you want to do. You can do anything, absolutely anything you desire in your life, because you have the infinite God-like consciousness, the infinite God-like consciousness within you. It was bestowed upon you. You are not a mistake. You are here for a reason. Now it's your duty to basically use that consciousness that was bestowed upon you, that God-like infinite consciousness that was bestowed upon you, to find your purpose. Truly find your purpose within this consciousness that you feel, this consciousness, this feeling, all this. You are not a mistake. You are here for a reason. You really gotta want this shit, man. Every single fucking day has to be effort. Every fucking day has to be grind. No matter how the fuck you feel. Because you have to realize you have godlike consciousness. You have godlike consciousness. And that's not a lie. You have godlike consciousness within you. And every person has this equal amount of godlike consciousness. So you can manipulate your reality to any fucking thing that you want. You can do it easily. Of course, it's going to take work, but once you get to that state where you can just manipulate your reality with your mind, you are the God state. And like I said, God's power is infinite, but your fraction of his power is also infinite, because we do not know. It may not be infinite, but we do not know the end of the God's power, of this fraction of God's power. We do not. No one knows. So based off of that, I can come to the conclusion that it's infinite. So if your fraction of God's power is infinite and God's power is also infinite, but that means that you can do anything that you desire. Anything. Absolutely anything. Anything that you want, you can accomplish. Anything. Anything. Like it's that simple. Like it's right there. You can manipulate your reality towards your liking. Everyone has the godlike consciousness within them. You can be just as great as any nigga, because no one, we are not genetically equal. But what I can tell you is the depths of our fucking godlike consciousness is equal. And the godlike consciousness always trumps genetics. Consciousness will always trump genetics in any aspect. So it's based off of how bad you want this shit. How bad do you want this shit? Believe in yourself. Mindset, discipline, grind, no days off, and you will be successful. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Greatness is yours. How bad do you want it? Are you willing to put in the sacrifice to be great? That's all it is. Be great. You really gotta want it. Nobody can want it for you. And I'm out. Peace. Love y'all, man.